Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Colossal Tugboat here, bringing you a Madden 21 franchise rebuild today. We're going to start off with the LA Chargers. So I decided to do the Chargers. They've got lots and lots of young talent that we could definitely progress. There's also some positions that are getting older for them that we're going to need to replace. I was going to start off with my Colts, but the more and more I sat here and thought about it, I really wanted to do the Chargers. So they're gonna be the first team of our rebuild series here. So to take a look at the team, we're at an 81 overall, 79 on the offense, 85 defense. Not too bad. Biggest concern on offense is going to be our offensive line for sure. Left tackle, they gave up Russell Okung in the offseason, so we got Trey Turner in return, which our right side of the line is really good. They got Brian Bulaga as well. Pouncey's getting up there in age, but not bad. So the left side of our line we'll really need to work on. Got a super solid tight end, Hunter Henry, an 85 overall. A great receiving option for us. 83 speed, 89 catching, 84 catching traffic. So we got good hands there at the tight end position. Keenan Allen, obviously an X factor this year, 92 overall. Definitely getting the respect he deserves after getting snubbed last year early on. Mike Williams, one of my favorite players, only a star, which he had a good year last year, but early on in his career he kind of struggled, so I can definitely see he's still got a lot to prove. 81 overall, but then beyond those two, they lost Travis Benjamin in the offseason. So we got here Joe Reed, rookie from Virginia. 90 speed, 89 acceleration. He seems okay. The route running is woo, but might be able to make do with that. Darius Jennings looks like a veteran. Someone who I thought slipped far in the draft, that much farther than I thought he would. KJ Hill. Only 86 speed, 6 foot, a buck 96, 86 speed, 89 acceleration. Decent catching, route running needs some work. That's kind of low. I had high hopes for him, but given the options here at wide receiver, we're gonna have to make do with that. So wide receiver is definitely something we need to work on depth wise. We got our two main guys locked up. I'm not sure who we'll put in the slot. Definitely one of our two rookies right there. But obviously the departure of Melvin Gordon opened the way for Austin Eckler to take over the lead back. We also have Justin Jackson and rookie Josh Kelly. I haven't seen his stats on here yet. 67 overall, normal development. 89 speed, 87 acceleration. Not too bad. Got some pretty decent overall stats there. So he could potentially break into... He'll be able to carve out a role for himself. Obviously the man of the hour, Justin Herbert, the rookie pick that they had this year, 6'6", 236, cannon of an arm at 92 throw power, decent accuracy, 76, 78, 83, 78 under pressure, 82 speed. I think he's going to be really good in real life. I think he's going to be great in this game as well. I don't know his development. I think I do, but I'm not going to spoil it. We got Tyrod Taylor as a backup, which I think is actually going to start in real life, at least until Herbert gets his feet wet a little bit. And then Easton Stick, who led my Madden franchise to a Super Bowl last year. On the defensive side, we got some players. Definitely the strong suit of the team is the defense. Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa leading the way with the pass rush. The new addition of Linval Joseph and Jerry Tillery. Jerry Tillery, I'm a huge fan of his. I'm glad he's starting because I know in Madden 20 he wasn't. And I always bumped him up. He developed well. He already has an upgrade point right there. So normal development. We're going to hope that we can get some improvement on that. That defensive line is going to be a beast. Chris Harris Jr. coming over from the Broncos has superstar development in this. It's giving me the run through with his abilities. 31 years old, but still superstar. Still got good stats all around. He'll be serviceable for a couple years. On the opposite side, we got Casey Hayward, 89 overall star. Again, 30 years old. We can get a couple more years out of him, but definitely need to at least think about some replacements. They both have great stats. And then we have Desmond King, who is youth, 25 years old, 86 overall star. Very, very good in the game as far as his coverage stats. His speed is a little bit lower than I would like, but he does get the job done. And then we have a couple depth corners there. Free safety, Rayshawn Jenkins. I'm going to start Nasir Adderley again. I did a online franchise with 31 other people for the majority of Madden 20, and the Chargers was one of my main teams. Adderley developed quite nicely once everything was said and done after 3 seasons. So we're going to try and do a 5-year rebuild here, so he should be fine. Hopefully we can get a dev trait upgrade on him. If he doesn't do too well after a season or two, we'll look into other options, but I'm not quite ready to give up on him yet. He should have decent stats. I mean, he's only 23, 88 speed. Maybe not so much on the decent stats. He's got speed and acceleration, but other than that, there's not much there. So I might take that back. However, I still am going to start him just to give him the experience, see if we can bump anything up. We are going to have some sliders on here to help each of the positions develop nicely. I'll go over those in a few minutes. Linebacking core, the new addition, Kenneth Murray, who I'm super excited about. Definitely brings some toughness and leadership to the linebacker core. 83 tackle, 85 hit power with 88 speed. He's going to be very good once we get the coverage up a little bit, but 64 and 60 is not terrible starting off as a rookie, especially with that dev. Denzel Perryman in the middle. I like Drew Tranquil a lot. I'm not sure how they stack up. I'll take a look at it here in a few minutes versus their stats and make a decision on who I want to start. Nuosu's more of a rushing type of linebacker. He's got pretty good stats, but I would rather have someone like Kaiser White, who is more of the cover play. He's 85 speed, 87 hit power. Zone coverage is 71, man 67. That's who I would prefer, but Nuosu is a great player. Just doesn't really fit the scheme that I want here. If we needed more help on the defensive line, might make some more sense. As Melvin Ingram gets close to moving off of the team, we might try moving him down there, but we'll have to see on that. So I'm going to go ahead and start Kaiser White for right now. And then between Perryman and Tranquil, 81 speed, 78 tackle, 89 hit power, play recognition's 80. Coverage 67, 57. Drew is pretty good for me in the last one. Definitely less hit power, but has more speed. Coverage is a little bit better. I mean, that's just kind of personal preference there, I guess. They're both 72. We're going to go ahead and actually, I'll tell you what. We are going to start Drew. That might be questionable. We'll take a look at it. And then obviously to round out the defense, we got Derwin James, the big enforcer, who with injuries off is going to stay healthy all year. Should be a force to be reckoned with. One, we start against the Bengals. I just realized I didn't look at my schemes. I wanted to change them a little bit because these schemes don't really match up with our roster per se. It does, but the power run, I'll tell you what, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. We're going to see how we do year one. I am going to move the defense to a base 4-3 though, and change our playbook to San Francisco. I'm really not good enough at Madden to know if the playbook affects the sim or not, but I'll tell you what, I always use the 49ers defense the past few years, and it does no wrong by me. So, big decision, set season goal. I think we're closer to 7 wins. but I kind of feel like I'm going to be surprised and get 4 wins. So year one, we're going to set our goal low so that way we don't get fired. Just in case the changes I made, anything like that, or just the personnel doesn't really work. That way we don't get fired, and then we can kind of take it into the off season, see what we got. I really don't think, regardless whether I choose 4 or 7, we're gonna make the playoffs. It's just the division's too good. We got a lot of youth with inexperience. I just kind of think that. So we'll take the XP hit and we'll go with low goal for the season. And I'd rather be surprised than disappointed. So let's go ahead. We're going to advance it a few weeks to about week 6, week 7, see how we're doing, and then go from there. We lost to the Jets in this sim. Are you kidding me? But we're 5-1. That's our first loss. What? So we beat several other. We lost to the Jets. The poor Jets. We're 5-1. Eagles leading the league at 6-0. Bills also 5-1. Bears, Browns also repping the 5-1. Early on, football teams making a name for themselves there at 4-2. Proud of them. We'll check out the contracts we got at this point. We'll see how everybody's doing from the season perspective, because we just advanced it to week 6, not week by week. So I didn't even check the scores. That's once I saw we lost to the Jets, I did not expect 5-1. So we already blew our goal out of the water. That's good. Now I kind of wish I would have set it for 7, but looks like Justin Herbert's tearing it up. 5th in the league with over 1,600 yards, 62% completion percentage. Not bad. 12 touchdowns and 3 picks. You do like to see that. I can't complain, honestly, not at all. Been sacked 13 times. It's not good, but I can expect it from this offensive line, at least the left tackle. I'm sure if we look, he's given up the most amount. Run game is not doing too hot. Only 3.4, 3.3 yards per carry. Not good. Only 4 total, I guess 5 total touchdowns if you count our fullback. Altogether, not really getting the production we need, but one bright side we can look at is 0 fumbles. Receiving, Joe Reed, there we go, is leading with 456 yards and 4 touchdowns. So this guy is doing well in the slot. It looks like we made a pretty good decision. Keenan Allen's doing all right, only averaging 62.7 yards per game. Not bad. Keenan Allen, you kind of expect to have almost double-digit catches per game. So 28's a little bit low, but the good news is we're sharing the love evenly between our top targets. Each one of them, I mean, we got 3 guys right there, our big 3 with 28 each. 4 touchdowns for Henry, 2 touchdowns for Mike Williams. And Joe Reed has 4 touchdowns with 26. I mean, that's great. That's spreading the ball around. I do like to see it. Kind of thought Austin Eckler would have more catches. Josh Gordon, it's good to see that he's not like super cheese or anything, that we like overpowered this team. Only contributing 1 catch for 15 yards. I guess you could say that's disappointing, but I'd rather the guys I'm keeping around long term. I just kind of picked him up to cover my ass. Games played right here. We got 7 sacks from our outstanding left tackle, which you love to see. Forrest Lamp only with 1. That's good to know because he's going into a contract year. The defense, Tranquil's got 36 tackles, 3 TFLs. Murray's got 35, also 3 TFLs. They've got almost identical stats. That's good. 2 interceptions, 1 interception. Any fumbles, 2 and 4. Deflections between them. I don't know how this team hasn't forced any fumbles, but okay. Sack leader on the team is going to be Melvin Ingram, followed by Joey Bosa at 3.5. Justin Jones has 2 sacks. Kind of surprised to see Tillery has none. Interesting. But the defense as a whole seems to be doing its part clearly. I don't have any complaints. Badgley is 10 of 13 on the year. Kind of yikes, especially the 2 extra points missed. But, well, say 2 extra points blocked. Yikes. Big yikes. So, all in all, the team's doing pretty well. See if we won any weekly awards while we simmed through. 2 Bengals right there. That's kind of surprising. Baker Mayfield, Darius Leonard. No, we have not won a player of the week, but that award means nothing as long as our boy Herbert just keeps killing it. We want to see the touchdowns go up. We want to see the offensive production to go up more, but we'll take what we got right now. We're not doing too bad. The record is the big important thing. Keenan Allen, like I said, we're definitely going to re-sign him because we have absolutely no depth at the position, no sense of direction. I don't think we can find anybody to help replace him. He's only 28. He is an X factor. By the time that this contract's up, he'll start regressing to a very noticeable degree. So we're going to give him what he wants. We're actually going to bump that up a little bit. See if he likes that. He's happy to sign and play with a great organization. Again, Melvin Ingram, unless he just blows everything out of the water, and even then, I'm really not convinced I'm re-signing this guy. He's 31. He's the only star. I mean, great player, but that regression is going to hit hard in a year. If not next year, then the next after that. And I'm not willing to sink in $9-10 million into a player who's about to just... So... Desmond King, we're going to try and keep him till he's 30. Bump up the dollar amounts a little bit. That's exactly what he wanted. Awesome. We got 2 of our 3 big targets here. The last of which being Hunter Henry. We'll keep him till he's 30 as well. Bump that number up a little bit for him. I mean, what do you say? We got all our players who are really happy. Pouncey will come back on. Only normal development is 31, is going to regress soon. But that offensive line, there's not much we can do. Free agency will come around. First year, there's not really any offensive linemen of note. And the user-generated drafts, are not very good. Not user-generated, the Madden-generated drafts have not been good historically. For all the videos I've been watching on this game from people like C4 and Bengal, they're just... not good for offensive line. So we're going to have to find a way to either retain these people as a band-aid or maybe get lucky and find someone. Michael Davis, we're going to keep as depth. He's pretty good. He wants a little bit more on the bonus. We'll come back for that. Denzel Perryman, I think it's safe to say we found his replacement. Who's our right outside? Kaiser White wasn't doing too well. I'm not ready I'm not willing to give up the money to move Denzel Perryman over there. We can easily find someone in the draft, I'm sure. Badgley is a good kicker. We'll sign him 7 years. He's here the rest of the time. Rayshawn Jenkins. We'll double check on Nasir Adderley's stats towards the end of the year, see how he's doing. But I don't really foresee anybody beyond that coming back. Definitely not Sam Tevy. Forrest Lamp, I could bring back. He's doing pretty well for himself. He does have the star dev. He's only 26. We don't have much else of an option right now. So again, we'll double back on that and see how it goes. Week 8's the trade deadline. I'm not really looking to make any moves. We're doing pretty well. So I think we're going to go ahead and sim to the end of the season. And as long as we don't fall apart, we're looking pretty good. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We'll make some decisions and go from there. So coming into the playoffs, this does not look very good for us. We just got an ass kicking from the Kansas City Chiefs just to turn around and play them week 1 in the wild card. So week 1 of the playoffs in the wild card. They bounced back. They finished 11-5, clearly won the division. We finished 8-8. Does that mean that there's 3 of our teams in our division in the playoffs? If we made it and we're 3rd place, that must mean the Raiders are down there somewhere. So, looks like the wheels kind of fell off after starting 6-2. Herbert kind of settled back down in the middle of the pack. Still 4,000 yards. I mean, That's pretty good. 59% completion. I wish that was higher. 28 touchdowns, 12 picks. For a rookie, I'll take it. Not too bad. Really, again, the disappointment of the year would have to be the run game, only averaging about less than 4 yards a carry, and not much touchdown production out of that. So we're pretty one-dimensional right now. Keenan Allen had over 1,000 yards, 77 catches, which is a bit low for him, but it's a sim. It's whatever. 4 touchdowns. Joe Reed put together almost 1,000-yard season in his rookie year out of the slot with 6 touchdowns. That's good. Hunter Henry contributed his part, 7 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 7 touchdowns. All around 70 catches, 60, 70 catches. Obviously, some a little bit higher. That's pretty good. I mean, now again, one-dimensional. We only had 4 targets, really, because Austin Eckler's 23 is pretty poor, considering that he's a pass-catching back. So that's a bit concerning to me. Doesn't look like KJ Hill played at all this year. Probably on our practice squad, if I had to guess, especially after the addition of Joshua Gordon. Offensive line, again, the left tackle just killed us. 15 sacks giving up in 16 games. We expected it from the beginning, honestly. Drew Tranquill, leading tackler, put together a hell of a year. Looks like we made a pretty good decision on him. 114 total tackles, 15 TFLs, which is really good. 3 sacks, 2 INTs, 7 deflections. I'm curious to see if this team forced any fumbles. We forced 2. And Derwin James is not a part of either one of them, which just absolutely blows my mind. But it is what it is. So let's go back to tackles. 3 sacks, again, 2 INTs. So he put together a year. Our rookie Kenneth Murray just right behind him, 109 total tackles, 9 TFLs, 1 sack, 1 pick, 7 deflections as well. Our leading sack defender of the year was Melvin Ingram at 9. Joey Bosa with a very disappointing year at 6.5. Honestly, all things considered, that's big yikes. Linval Joseph came in with 1.5. Justin Jones had 2. Not much production. So Kazir White had 38 total tackles. How many downs did he play? He only played 286 downs. Huh. So he was barely on. I guess it just doesn't fit the scheme. Okay. Interesting. Leading INTs was Drew Tranquill with 2 overall. We did not force that many turnovers, and we already saw the fumbles. So defense kind of fell apart at the end, I think, because a lot of those numbers were doing well early on. Let's check the awards as well. I'm just kind of like bummed. We started off so well and kind of crumbled. So yearly awards, MVP Patrick Mahomes, no real surprise there. Did anybody on our team make it? Of course not. How did my Colts finish? 14-2. I hope we do that in real life. That'd be awesome. Frank Reich, Coach of the Year. We didn't even get nominated after our crumbling performance, of course. Herbert made it 8th on the Offensive Player of the Year. Did we have any DPOY candidates? We did not, of course. Justin Herbert won Offensive Rookie of the Year. So that's good. Outdid Joe Burrow. Tua's on there. Joe Reed came in 6th. I was going to say he should be on this list somewhere. He put together quite a year. So that's good to see. Kenneth Murray finished 2nd behind Logan Wilson. That's not bad. That's a pretty good list. So we almost had O'Roy and D-Roy, but 2nd place, I'll take it. Best QB, of course, Patrick Mahomes. We finished 9th on that list. We should not even be considered on best running back. Wide receiver, nothing. Best O-line, guaranteed nothing. The entire Colts offensive line's on there. Brian Bilaga made it. D-line, Nobody. We had a really down year. Man, there's tons of Colts players on here. We had a really down year on our defensive line. Drew Tranquil finished 5th on best linebacker, so that's good. Good to see. Good to see. Nothing. Kicker, we made 9th. So our rookies did well. I mean, our rookies were top of their class, the 2 that we expected to be, so that's good. We got a foundation to build on. So let's see how this playoff pans out. We'll go ahead and sim 1 week at a time. That's it. 1 week, 38-8. Got our doors blown off by our division rival Chiefs. Can't say I didn't expect it, but we did perform better than I thought we would, honestly. I thought 7 wins was kind of pushing it, so I didn't want to do that. I'll take it. Definitely. We got a contract extension as well. 4 years for $3 million. That's good. We did well enough. So, Super Bowl 54 and the Bengals are in it. Do we really think that Joe Burrow's going to lead the Bengals to that? Interesting. Herbert's all the way up to a 78. You do like to see that. I do want to point out I didn't bring it up early on. I meant to change some of the sliders around a little bit to kind of help distribute the wealth between the team for XP points. I didn't do it. It should be all stock sliders. We can check that right here. Yeah, it's all base 100 all around. So for future rebuilds, I definitely would like to include those because they kind of help out offensive line development, positions that really need help, and not fair distribution to them. So I'm shocked that if the Bengals win this is the nuttiest. This is 2020 in a nutshell. All right, good. The Saints won. So Joe Burrow apparently popped off. The Cincinnati Bengals overachieved in every way imaginable, and he's probably going to make the Super Bowl for the next 5 years. So looking at contracts again one last time before we get into free agency. Melvin Ingram, I think that ship has sailed. He did lead our team in sacks, but I'm not willing to pay that price for a 32-year-old. Does it show his regression yet? He's down to an 84. He lost speed, tackle, pursuit, finesse moves, awareness, acceleration. Honestly, didn't regress as hard as I thought he would. But again, that's most likely going to come next year. We've got a replacement in line right now. So thank you for your services, Melvin Ingram. I do appreciate it. How much cap space do we have? 36 mil. Bring back Mike Pouncey for a year. We're going to go ahead and do that. Apparently we're not going to go ahead and do that. I don't feel like franchise tagging you. We'll see if we can get you back. Michael Davis for depth. We're going to throw him a 900K bonus. He's there. He's all about it. Forrest Lamp is really the only other one we wanted to look at. Let's see if he takes the base offer. He's happy. He's up to 71, so he went up 2 overall. He's only 27 with star development. I could be a lot worse off than that. And then from there, we're gonna go ahead and advance. Our left tackle is gone. A lot of people might be upset about that, but not me. I would gladly like to see the 15 sacks over the course of the year leave my team. So our negotiations are going to end up being Alvin Kamara. We're going to try and get him since nobody else really is by the looks of it. If we miss out on him, I'm not going to be too worried about it, but I think it would improve our run game some. Marcus Williams, definite huge upgrade over Nasir Adderley at the free safety position. Bring back Mike Pouncey on a little bit less than he wants. Puna Ford. Rather than going for Sheldon Rankins, we're going to go Puna Ford. We got Linval Joseph. We got Jerry Tillery. They're not going to like eat up the position necessarily, but just good depth. Puna's a solid player. And then Cam Robinson's not great by any means, but he is much better than the 65 overall Sam Tevi. So we're going to run with it. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully they all accept. That would be amazing. All right. All right. All right. We're 4 for 5. Big spender. We won a free agent bidding war for that, for Kamara. So the only person who didn't accept was Cam. 5, baby. Anthony Lynn, we are making deals right now. So we completely fucked up our cap probably, but we did all right for ourselves. So we're going to be looking to make a couple trades and move along. 5th-year options we're going to check out. Derwin James' contract is up. Of course, we're going to pick up that 5th-year option. I think he's a little bit of a good player. Yes, we're going to pick it up. No question. Should have already had the paperwork drawn up, my guy. All right. So get ready to head into the draft. Season is looking good. We have improved on quite a few positions. Honestly, the overall team's biggest glaring need is going to be receiver. I'm going to take Terrell Macklin. He was ranked number 8th overall in true value. We drafted him at 19. Only normal development, which always sucks. Does have 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 80 catching, 81 spectacular catch, good agility, pretty good jumping, 90 change of direction, which is good. I think that's a good pick. The normal development sucks, but that's what you get in Madden drafts. I'm going to stick with my pick. I'm going to take Tevin Thomas. 73 overall, normal development again, which again just irritates the hell out of you. But he is number 25 in true value. We drafted him at 51. That's a good pick all around. I didn't check his stats because I'm an idiot. We'll check that later. Let's go ahead and advance to the 30th pick. I think we could have done a lot worse there, but it does kind of sting a little bit. I'm going to take Gil Ferguson. Again, I mean, I'm just beating a dead horse at this point. 71 overall, normal development, but he's ranked 37th. We got him at 62. I didn't check the stats again. I'm just going to continue on. Forget about it. So draft recap. We only got normal devs. We just went and looked, and the first 7 picks of the draft, they were all normal devs. After that, the hidden started popping up. There was a X Factor on the New York Giants, this wide receiver, Lamar Kirkland. I have no idea why he's an X Factor by any means, but he is. And I'm a bit upset with that because, well, quite frankly, some bullshit. He ain't that good. And to put it in perspective, that guy's an X Factor. And then this Falcons linebacker right here, Carrington, 75 overall, 90 speed, 89 acceleration, 80 agility, 81. Like, the dude's nuts of a linebacker. He's only star. It's the craziest thing. So I'm disappointed with that. Our cap room sucks. We're going to be in for a good year, I think, but our financial side, we're going to run into some hiccups. So let's get going to season 2. And I think that's going to be the end of video 1. I've been recording for a long time. I'm going to have to heavily edit this to fit our time frames, but keep an eye out. Be sure and like the video if you enjoyed it. Be sure and subscribe if you're into this type of content. I'm going to be putting out a ton of franchise rebuilds. I really enjoy watching these. I really enjoy doing them. But this is my first Madden 21 video. Any advice, any tips, pointers, anything like that would be much appreciated. Leave in the comments below. Again, not to beat a dead horse, but please like, please subscribe if you're interested. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys next time.